So, I suppose by now everyone has heard about the murder of Albert Ojwang in police custody. This guy was abducted from his rural home in Homa Bay County on Saturday. Just this last Saturday. And within 24 hours, this guy was dead. He was abducted in Homa Bay. He was driven 400 kilometers to Nairobi, booked at the Central Police Station, and he was dead less than a day later. Ni crime gani Albert Ojwang alicommit? Crime ya Albert Ojwang ilikuwa kutweet about corruption in the police force, specifically targeting the Deputy Inspector General, Eliud Lagat. So by all accounts, it's Eliud Lagat who ordered for the abduction, torture, and murder of Albert Omondi Ojwang. This has become typical under this government. It's become normal. It's normal for Kenyans to be abducted, tortured, and murdered for having an opinion and for trying to do their constitutional duty of putting checks and balances and speaking truth to power. Now the police wanadanganya kwamba Albert ati alicommit suicide. Like, that's weak, bwana. Even if you are trying to come up with a lie, that's really weak. He was not suicidal. He's someone that used his influence to fight for the rights of Kenyans, and to call out corruption in high places. There's a rumor that he was asthmatic, and the police refused to treat his condition with care, to perhaps provide an inhaler or medication, or even usimweke mahali crowded juu when you are asthmatic, you are always struggling to breathe. I would know, I am asthmatic. So they refused to treat him humanely, and they eventually murdered this man. But now they are lying that he committed suicide. Of course, I hope nobody in this country believes that Albert Ojwang committed suicide, because we know he did not. He was murdered by the police under the direction of the Deputy IG, Eliud Lagat. It is sad kusema hivi, but we did this to ourselves. We elected criminals to power. We elected people who have zero regard for the lives of Kenyans to power. We elected people who had a track record of not valuing human life. We are talking about the same people that were charged by the ICC for crimes against humanity in the 2008, the aftermath of the 2007 election, whereby people incited Kenyans to go to the streets and kill each other. People were killed in churches. Women, children were burned to a crisp in churches. These people, they just don't happen to be there. They just don't happen to have just found their way to the top positions in the country. We elected them. We elected these people along tribal lines, knowing that they were murderers, they were killers. And this is why you see the dehumanization of the Kenyan, whereby human life has no value. We are talking about people who are being killed during the maandamano of last year. These abductions, murders, torture have continued, because the people at the very top don't really care about human life. They are used to taking human life in the face of opposition. So again, we need to hold ourselves to account, and we need to choose better, because these people don't happen to just find their way into these positions. We did this to ourselves. I want you to know that we did this to ourselves, and we need to take some responsibility, because perhaps unaonanga ukiwa out of reach kwamba this cannot happen, but eventually the chicken will come home to roost, and that's when people start dying. People who thought they would never die, people who thought they belonged to the right side of the political divide. I would just like to say, rest in peace to Albert. Condolences to his poor father, his mother, his people that loved him, people that knew him. And I hope that we can find, well, right now the police are going to investigate themselves, and they are going to find that they did not commit any crimes and that he committed suicide. I mean, the police are the biggest gang in the whole country, so I think you already know how this will go. But rest in peace to Albert. I hope we attach more value to human life. I hope going to 2027 we choose better, because we did this to ourselves. We really did. May Albert's family find solace, and may justice prevail. Cheers.